There was a moment sitting in medical appointments and trying to understand what was happening to my body where I realized something that I still think about almost every day. And it wasn't just about my health, it was about how much of my life I had spent chasing things, worrying about things, and stressing over things that in that moment didn't seem to matter nearly as much as I thought they did. If you don't know me, my name is Carl. I'm in my mid 50s. I've worked most of my life, raised a family, and in the last while, I've been dealing with functional neurological disorder, along with speech challenges, tremors, and a future that doesn't look quite as predictable as I once thought it did. I'm not making this video for sympathy, and I'm definitely not making it to be dramatic. I'm making it because I think a lot of people are walking around exactly where I was before all this happened. Busy, distracted, trying to be responsible, trying to get through the week, assuming there will be time later to figure out what really matters. And I want to save you the kind of wake up call it took for me to actually stop and look at my life. By the end of this, I'll tell you exactly what changed for me and the one question I now ask myself before I give my time, energy, or attention to anything. For most of my life, I did what a lot of people do. I worked, I showed up, I tried to be dependable. I tried to do the right thing for my family. I put a lot of value in being useful, being responsible, and not making a big fuss about things. And there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, I still believe there's a lot of honor in showing up, working hard, and taking care of the people around you. But somewhere along the way, I think I started confusing being busy with actually living. I thought I had more time to visit my kids, more time to take day trips, more time to slow down with my wife, more time to build something of my own, more time to figure out what retirement might actually look like, more time to stop rushing. Then my health started changing. And when something like that happens, it doesn't just affect your body, it affects your identity, it affects your work, it affects your confidence, it affects how you see the future. All of a sudden, questions I thought were years away started showing up right in front of me. Can I keep working the same way? What happens if I can't? What happens to retirement? What happens to income? What happens to the plans I kept putting off? And maybe the hardest part was the uncertainty, not having all the answers, waiting on paperwork, waiting on doctors, waiting on benefit decisions, trying to stay hopeful while also being realistic. That in between place can be hard to explain unless you've lived it. You're not exactly where you used to be, but you're not exactly sure where you're going either. And somewhere in the middle of all that, I had a thought that wouldn't leave me alone. I don't want to spend the rest of my life only reacting to what happens to me. I want to be more intentional with whatever time, energy, and ability I still have. That realization changed something in me. Time stopped feeling unlimited. Before, I could tell myself, I'll get to that later. I'll visit more later. I'll slow down later. I'll build something later. I'll take better care of myself later. I'll figure out retirement later. But when your health forces you to slow down, later starts to feel a lot less guaranteed. Now I think about time differently. I don't want every day to be swallowed up by worry, scrolling, paperwork, bills, or chasing things that don't actually matter to me. I want more time with my family, more simple days, more day trips, more quiet mornings, more time to create, more time to build something meaningful. Not flashy, not perfect, just meaningful. Someday, stop being an acceptable answer. I used to put off a lot of things because I thought I needed the perfect timing, the perfect plan, or the perfect confidence. But I've learned that sometimes waiting for perfect is just another way of staying stuck. I don't mean being reckless. I still believe in being careful. I still believe in thinking things through. But I also know now that you can be so careful that life passes you by. For me, that meant finally taking some of the ideas I had been carrying around and actually doing something with them, learning AI tools, building simple online projects, trying to create something from home, something that works around my energy, my speech challenges, and my life now. Not the life I had 10 years ago, the life I actually have today. Success got redefined. There was a time when a good day meant getting a lot done, checking things off, being productive, feeling like I was keeping up. Now, a good day looks different. A good day might be spending time with my wife, talking with one of my kids, seeing my grandkids, learning one new thing, making one small piece of content, taking a step forward without burning myself out. Some days, success is simply not giving up on myself. And I don't say that in a motivational poster kind of way. I mean it in the real life, midlife, bills on the table, body not cooperating kind of way. Some seasons of life don't need a big speech. They need patience. They need honesty. They need small steps. One of the things that came out of all this is that I started building something of my own, something that isn't tied to one employer, one paycheck, or someone else's schedule. I'm still early in it. I'm still learning. And I'm not going to sit here and pretend I have it all figured out, but I'm using AI and digital tools to build new income skills from home in a way that fits my life now. That's really what this next chapter is about for me. Not getting rich overnight, not pretending everything is easy, not selling some dream life on the internet, just asking a very honest question. What can I build now that gives me more freedom, more options, and more peace later? So here's the question I now ask myself before I give my time to something. Will this matter to me 5 years from now, or am I just reacting to the noise of today? That question has helped me let go of a lot. It's helped me stop chasing things that don't fit anymore. It's helped me focus more on family, health, faith, peace, and building a future that actually makes sense for this stage of life. Because at this point, I don't want to impress people. I don't want to look busy. I don't want to spend my remaining good years trying to prove I'm valuable. I want to live with more intention. I want to build something honest. I want to spend more time with the people I love. And I want to help other people, especially those of us in midlife, realize that it's not too late to make a shift, but it is too important to keep putting off. One of the things that came out of all this is that I started building something of my own, something that isn't tied to one employer, one paycheck, or someone else's schedule. I'm still early in it, and I'm not going to spend this video selling you on it, but if you're curious what it is, it's in the description, and I'll probably make a full video about it soon. If any part of this hit home for you, I'd genuinely like to know in the comments, what's the someday you've been putting off? I read every comment on these,